Hello, everybody. Graham Barber, PC Gamer here, and wow, what a morning it has been so far. Had some interesting technological difficulties with my um, camera deciding not to actually see me, and yeah, just a few other minor things happened, but it's okay. We're on live now. Everything is working. It's great, and it's time to keep working on this village. So the 90-minute village, now Balam Village. We've been working on it for the last about a month or so. And what's happening now? So, a little update. Things are changing. I'm going to be streaming twice a week doing this now, Tuesday and Thursday. And the whole idea is that on one of the streams, I'm going to be developing the area around the village some more, making the actual village map nicer. And on the other stream, I'll be developing basically an event point for the area. So whether that's finding some natural wonder, a treasure, a monster encounter, small dungeons, that sort of stuff, I'm going to be working on that. So there's going to be a nice sort of mix of what's going on. Really looking forward to it. Should be pretty cool. And yeah, what's it? Please like and subscribe. Can't forget to say that. And let's get into this. So I'm just going to switch this so I can see people's comments here again. Let's see. No, no. Oh, that's definitely not it. Not going to do that again. That was weird. Um, Here we go. There we go. Now I've got the actual chat set up properly. Wow, I am rusty at this already. That's okay though. Back at it. Couple of next couple of streams will get better at this again, and it'll all be good. So where did we leave off last time? So I'd roughed in where I was going to put some hills and some more forested areas. We expanded the village a little bit outside probably the protected area of the main village itself, and added a few labels numbers here. And the idea behind the label numbers is very simple. Instead of filling up the screen with word labels for everything, for points of interest and stuff like that. Instead, we could just do these, and then on the final product, what it'll look like is a really nice um, map, and then along the side of it as a legend, we'll have the numbers and what those correspond to. So that'll be nice. All right, got the lake going on. Got some more. Yeah, all right. Let's get this area going over here. So we're building the sort of the farmlands around the place. We had some stuff inside the village, which is always nice, but you need more food than that. So we'll get these ones out here going on. Switch to foreground. There we go. Few things in nature are perfect squares. A couple of carts down there. Nice. So the trick I'm using here is before I drop a stamp down, I look for if I've already dropped it, and I'll click on it, and it will automatically set it to the same size ratio that was being used before, and this makes life a lot easier. I'm going to raise the size of that a little bit. So windmills are big. There's just the one windmill, wasn't there? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, they wouldn't get very good wind there, but this guy needs to get made. Brought up to size. Let's toss some wells down for these people to use. Oh. Stamp options, open catalog. Let's see if we've got like a pit. Is that an option? Nope. Hole? Hmm. Let's see if we find something appropriate. Castles and bridges. Nope. Core. Desert. Effects. Hmm. Love that frosty sign. I'm going to use that for something later. Can't believe there's a Gothic horror setting that has no pit. Like, that's just Gothic 101. Like, there's a pit of some sort. People can fall into it, be trapped in it. That's a destroyed stadium. That's a little outside of our. Lots of great ruins, and I'll come back to those later. Love that there's stadiums, but no pits. Maybe maybe there's fire. Okay, let's go to all of them. Indeed, I do try to make this a cozy village stream. Campfire, council fire. Hmm. None of that's really great. Okay, let's go into catalog, see if we can find something. Okay. So this is going to be the village dump, pretty much, right up here. All the waste and whatnot can go there. So this is one of those things that you need to watch out for when you're doing work with Inkarnate. Is sometimes stuff like this, you'll look at it for the textures. You'll look at it like, oh, it's clearly that. I think it's that color, but in reality, it's not. So you need to add some extra texture around it and behind it to make it work. This makes sense too, because when you zoom out, it's not coming from the direction of the wind, and yeah, so that's pretty good. All right. Okay, let's see here. What else we got? So yeah, I'm definitely going to be. Sorry, I was just distracted for a moment there. I'm definitely going to be turning down the volume on my little alert feed because I just got blasted by. I think it's awesome. Thank you very much for the like. Wow, that was sudden and loud. So get that going on there. And let's see what some other stuff. No, I'm not going to set it on fire. That's a bad plan. Let's go back to here. Watercolor cities. See if we got fence. Seven. There we go. I'll zoom right in. Careful what I select. And yeah, let's have a little fence here. People want to keep the animals and kids out of the dump. That works out pretty nice right there. There we go. Just enough to sort of keep things out. Just a little realignment. Go. That looks better. There we go. And just get rid of those spares. And yeah, I got a nice fence going around that now. So that's looking good. And let's see here what's going on. Yeah, these hills have been nice to work with. It shows up nicely. All right. So, sorry, I'm just checking to make sure that everything's working more or less according to spec. Okay, it looks like it's going. All right, so we've got that set up. 95 changes, so we'll hit that save button. You can use to place a house on a hill by increasing the layer of the house by 1 before placement. Yeah. Yeah, your world doesn't need to be realistic to be interesting. Ah, I would. That needs to be on a t-shirt. All right. So extend that out there. 2 windmills. Got Got the village leader family house there. The adventurer guild outside the walls because no one wants to deal with that nonsense. Let's see. Yeah, I believe this was the beach color. Give the adventurers a little bit of beach of their own. So let's go. And give the adventurers some boats here too. So got a good comment here. I like the point of interest markers. Use that idea for a map I did recently of a town half inside cavern. Yeah, absolutely. Point of interest markers are such a time saver. Uh, for doing stuff, especially in close quarters, like you'd find inside of a cavern. So, sorry, I just sent a quick message here. There we go. All right, back at it. So yeah, I got a little boathouse there now for him. Let's see, there's some archery stuff, I think. Okay, so give the adventurers a little archery range here, but move down a few layers. Things can't be easy for adventurers. So they've only got straight shots at a few and other stuff they're going to have to maneuver around. Or practice shooting down from trees, stuff like that. And since players want to stick around here, let's find what we have for mage. Or special buildings. I love there's winter stuff now. That's awesome. So over here on the opposite side of the lake, from the Adventurers Guild. We're going to put a little Mage Guild building up here. Let's make this a little smaller. Back a little bit. Brush tool, and now we're gonna. This Mage Guild's a little fancier than the Adventurers Guild. Now I come here to get away from puns, yet and wordplay, but here we are, getting hit with X tree meme. Oh my archery. Oh, it's okay. Everything's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Let's see here. I need. Yeah, my missus does crosswords, and one of the last crosswords she did, it was all vegetable puns, and I've been living with that like for the last week. It's fun. Street textures here. City tiles. The Mages Guild has fancy city tiles inside it, and we're going to switch to a square shape. Then let's see. So this is clicking onto the square shapes in the background. So what I need to do is this one. Switch to the light grass. Should go circle. There we go. There we go. All right. That looks kind of unnatural though. Just having all like that shape. So give our wizards some beach. So I'm a firm believer that wizards like going to the beach. Put a bit of that swampy bit up there. Yeah. So some people may be wondering why I'm adding this around here and why I added like a mage guild when there's an adventure guild and all that stuff. And the reason is very simple: tension and fun. Let's see here. I'd forgotten about that. I had completely forgotten in the Sword in the Stone that Merlin goes to Bermuda. Wow. Oh, that takes me back. I haven't seen that movie in ages. All right. So, how are we doing? Half an hour in. We've already done some work on the Adventurers Guild, made a dump. 171 changes. I'm just going to hit that save button again. Don't want to lose any of this work. I figure the Wizards are probably a little less intensive on their boats, so I'm going to give them an extra boat. There we go. And a boathouse, of course. Everybody gets a boathouse. They probably want get their water from over here. There we go. It's going to be number 5. Yep. was using Amaranth? Yeah, that seems right. One 2.5 Amaranth. They're red. Okay. 2.5. There we go. So, because this is bigger than the original map was now, I can move the compass star. Because this was when it was just like the immediate village. So, it's not necessarily an appropriate location for this now. Balamville, like this is still good to go though. That's fine. But this needed to be moved away from there. Plus, this helps eat up a little bit of the blank space that was there. To sort of keep it all together. Oh, what size are these? These are 98. Catalog. Close that. Let's go to throw one of these big guys out. Wait, no, I'm already using those for other things. I need an inn, like a proper inn. Ah, there we go. So these are fancy farmer homes, the village leader homes, a couple of the major families in the village, and put the inn down out there. Squiggle one. There we go. I'm going to move that back a little further. A little bit extra. There we go. Drop a well there. And where are some of those nice plants? There we go. Make the place look nice. Throw some of these up here too. People like to have homes that are nice to live in. It's one of my pet peeves with a lot of fantasy world building is people have this really weird image of the Middle Ages and that like sort of general era where everything has to be awful. It's like everything's filthy, spattered with mud, and just like generally horrible to be around. Like it's realism. Like, but you're writing a fantasy book. You don't have to adhere to like some filmmaker's idea of what fantasy looks like. Never understood it myself. I'd rather have a place that looks fun and interesting. Um, see if I can copy these. C and B. Yeah. Do a 6. There we go. So why am I sort of spacing everything out? Simple reason. One, uh, it avoids what I call over gamification. It's like there's always temptation to just sort of like slap everything in a row, be like, hey, they're coming into the village. Here's the inn. Beside it is this shop. Beside that is this shop. Beside that is the temple. Beside that is the weaponsmith, and then the armor smith is beside that person. You just sort of like make it this linear row. So it's more or less just like a quick like shopping trip location. Like you stop, rest, buy your stuff. It's a rest stop, and then move on. By doing this, by having the Adventurers Guild and its stuff over here, by putting an inn down here, and then having like a Mages Guild up here, what I'm doing is facilitating movement through the area, which as a game master gives you more opportunities to present story hooks, events, um, even just like little like comedy, um, like side things. Like you could have people arguing or some ridiculous event happen, something like that. Yeah, exactly. I got a comment here. Hard to hook the party with a story hook if they're just walking next door. Exactly. And so by spreading everything out a little bit, it's helping move the characters around. I'm going to see if there's an orchard option. Do we have apple trees here? Orchard. Nope. Apple? Fruit. Hmm. It's a flower bed. Ah, hillside crypts. Excellent. Mine entrance. Good, good, good. That's all good stuff to know. What I need. Foliage patch. Well, they've got a really specific thing going on for the elves there. For palms, stumps, bushes. Okay, so that's something that I'll draw on later. Is these stumps, because I'm going to have an area where they've been harvesting wood as an event location. Adventurers. There's 3 of them. Oh, it's just different colors. Hmm. I'm going to wait out on that for now and grab some. Oh, I need bigger. I was supposed to be using the big grass hills. Yeah, there we go. So while I'm laying these out, thing to remember is that they will appear outside of this. So if I extend the map out that way, the tail ends of that hill, the tail end of that hill will appear out there. I just realized something. That's a pit. I accidentally reversed the hills and created a pit there. Where else did I do that? Yeah, that's a pit as well. Or is this one? Is that area there? Okay. Fill that area up. Dark the bottom, going to light on top. Okay. Okay, and then I switch. Oh, yeah. So I switch these around. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to. Oh, wow. That one's good. Okay. And the rest of that set. Wow, that okay. So good thing I didn't do that for, the whole map. That would have been embarrassing. Um, let's see if I can't. Okay, so I see what I can do. Okay, so Z, Z, Z. Okay, so do is flip these a few times. There we go. Oh, no, not quite. Getting there. So I'm just going to move that piece there, move this piece here. Okay, that works. Okay, yeah. So, oh, yeah, I'm using the right ones here. There we go. Now that's actually a hill. Wow. That was unexpected. I'm going to hit the save button, and then I'm going to fix that pit that I made. Wow. So, perspective. It's important to maintain. And just because you flipped things around as I did to make the right shape, doesn't always mean that it's going to be doing the right thing. Okay, so the rest of that hill, that's all good. So for people trying to figure out what's going, what what happened there? Huh, must have missed with a brush. All right. So what happened? Oh, I got another one. So what happened? I built a hill and accidentally reversed all the parts, creating a pit. Part of me wants to leave that. It's just like a weird forest-filled pit. Um, and in fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. It's kind of neat. On the other hand, oh, I don't know what to do. Mostly, I just don't want to have to deal with like the lake, because that would just sort of be like this close to a major body of water. That would just be a big swampy area. And I know that I just said it doesn't have to be realistic to be fun, but oh, that would bother me on multiple levels. It's okay. It's all right. It's all good. Just come in here, do a little bit of fix it work. It's all fine. There's literally no mistakes you can make doing this stuff that are can't be recovered from. This is the other thing too, um, is you can use stuff to conceal joins. So like there's not a natural join underneath those trees, but because there's trees up there, it looks like we have a fairly smooth hill shape and contour. It even suggests the shape there. So thumbs up. Um, looks right. Is concealing minor imperfection. Hmm. Oh, guess we'll get rid of these chunks. Clear the area around this fort. Yeah, so this is something that I'll have to go back and fix on the smaller scale map. What it's more likely is I'll simply cut out um, the village map if I need to zoom in on it further. Drop that down a layer. Nice. And then just come over here. And hit this area with some of that light shade. There we go. Select the darker one that we're using for our hills. Just make sure it's all shaded in. And fixed. Now it is a hill and not a pit. Can't believe I did that. Well, I can. It's obviously it happened, but yeah. But like I said, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's nothing to worry about. It happens. It's a really hard shape to work with. Hmm. see here. Ha. Hmm. There we go. So for the rest of the series, I'm going to be goal is 90 minutes each time. Seems to be a good length. Get a decent number of people. Gives people time to watch, drop in, drop out as they need to, and actually gives me like some decent time to do some good design work. And it's a lot of fun too. Like this is turned from a 90-minute village into like it's almost a 90-minute adventure now. Whew, touched the wrong button there. Sometimes my mouse is against me. Go. Nice. Hmm. Okay, now we need to select that. Make our hills pop. Now there is some gamification that I'm going to engage in with landscape in this, and I'll show you in a moment how. So I want this to be a big hill. Now, one of the things you can do for a big hill is you can sort of stack these up and create a longer gradient. But because I want a little bit of a game effect going on, sort of just to keep it easy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate topography. And just, to be specific, contour lines. That is how I will show this area is larger. Oh, that's for it. Actually, so what I'll do, experimentation here, delete that. So if I extend this map again, what'll happen is that whole piece is going to show going off into the background there. Oh, that tried to follow my arm. What the camera did. Okay, right, stamps and little guys down here. So what that's doing now is that's showing a path up onto this higher plateau. And so what I can do is I can find so I can remove that. Copy paste, bring one of those up here. Command C, Command V. So what I'm doing here now is I'm now creating what I call invitation points. So these are places that are sort of naturally inviting to people who are looking at the map, like, oh, there's a break there. That must be where we go up. Oh, okay, there's another one there. So it creates a natural flow to help, again, help draw in the players to what's going on. Hundred and 50 changes. Hit that save button. So let's fit screen, see how we're looking. So we've got that there. We fixed that. So I'm just going to do some quick work to heal those up. And yeah, then we'll get into some more scouting some forest, and I think some other stuff around. Start laying the foundations for adventure, because one of the things um, that we see a lot of in games is how easily you can get wrapped around the axle trying to create like this giant, some sort of giant Tolkien style world. You know, in an effort to try to have something going on everywhere and all that sort of stuff. And you don't necessarily have to do that. Like, you can still have a giant world with lots of things going on, but you don't have to create a monster world to achieve that end. Especially if, you know, as in my experience, you know, you're not dealing with the most reliable of games. You know, like if you get like game cancellations, because stuff happens, life happens, right? So games get canceled, um, life goes on, but and you know, as a world builder, it's super easy to become frustrated um, when that sort of stuff starts happening, because you know you put a lot of effort into your world, and you don't want to see that effort go to waste. You know, you want to see the players use it and experience it, and you know, when you call for like the fourth time, um, in a row, someone says, "Oh, sorry, you know, can't make it." You know, I've spilled a jar of spaghetti sauce into my drawers, and all my clothes are covered in spaghetti sauce now. Which, I'll be specific, is not something that I've had happen to me or a reason that I've had a game canceled. Um, but is a good example of the reason, like some of the more ridiculous reasons I've heard for stuff, when a person could just as easily say, "I'm not into it today. I'll catch you guys next week." Um, you just sometimes keeping it small works. So like, have the bigger world available for stuff like the character creation aspects, for the you know, give the players some options in life. Like, absolutely do it. Like keep all that stuff around for that. But also, you know, don't be afraid to not have the your game be one where everything needs to be of world-shaking importance. There we go. You know, you don't have to save the world every campaign. Not everything needs to be, you know, a race against the clock to stop the Demon King before they usher in a new era of darkness on the world. Although if that's your bag, absolutely go for it. Just recognize that you will eventually run into what, for lack of a better term, is save the world fatigue from your players. There's only so many times you can save the world before you're like, you know what, I'm taking today off. I am on a break. So yeah, it has really been, yeah. Wasn't really planning to think about it, but now that I have, I can't stop. It has really been quite the week with D&D. A lot of stunning revelations happening. I'm quite looking forward to D&D Shorts expose tomorrow, as he appears to have the inside scoop on what's going on. Apparently, Wizards has no OPSEC left, which is usually a bad sign. Like when your employees are at the point where they're just like, eh, I and people need to know this information, and they're spilling it out, and it's vital secrets. Well, not vital secrets, but like plans that any reasonable person will know will make make the fandom upset. Things have gone badly sideways, which is why I wholeheartedly agree with the takes I've been seeing on social media, where people have been straight up saying, do not attack the staff at Wizards for what's going on. Meaning, like the writers, the artists, all that sort of stuff, because they're not involved in these sorts of high level decisions. They didn't wake up one morning and just think, you know what, I am sick to death of these fans always demanding stuff. Let's just create a super harmful policy that everybody will hate, and we'll run with that. Like they didn't do that. These decisions are being made way above their pay grades. Yeah, absolutely. Got a comment here. Honestly, if even half their proposed changes from that Dungeon Scribe treat are true, yeah, yeah, it's a changing landscape. It's one that I've sort of wondered when it was going to happen, because nothing that Wizards is doing now is anything they haven't been broadcasting intent to do for ages, like since fourth edition. Like they know that the big money is in subscriptions. They know that um, there's a population, like we're all very accustomed to Steam, Netflix, and everything else, and the whole not actually owning things, but simply you know licensing them for short periods. So they know all that, and they know that we it will get easier, but yeah, it really does. Like it's like for me, Dungeons and Dragons is, as I've said many times, it's one game of many, and not even my favorite system uh, for doing dungeon crawls and stuff like that. Let's get some heavy foresting going on up there, but it is, a lot for a lot of people. It is a big deal, and I really feel right now for the people who are really deep in the D&D ecosystem, whether they're players or creators, because they're the ones who are being impacted the most by all these decisions and changes. I mean, like it's not really people like me who do reviews of stuff, or do the critiques when about things. It's the people who saw the DM Guild and decided to make a go of it. Or third party publishers who've been killing it for years, producing, like in my opinion, many times content that is of better quality than what Wizards themselves was making. And yeah, they're just getting smoked by all this stuff. And like from a purely business point of view, I can understand why Wizards is making the choices they are. But from a community perspective and from like the perspective of the things that have made D&D successful in the past, ugh. Yeah, Wizards is not. I have to say, fifth edition has been my, at least to me, the least impressive edition in terms of like quality for the product. Like the art is beautiful, like love the art, and but the actual contents of the books is just so scanty and minimal. So you don't have it. I love learning this sort of takes time. Yeah, it absolutely does. Like that's I wish more people recognized that it does take time, and I also wish more people recognized that one of the reasons that D&D is so easy to learn comparatively is that there's just so much third-party content available for it. Let's see, destroyed Mage's Guild. Where's the destroyed castle? Oh, there we go. I thought there was a big destroyed fortifications. Hmm. Yeah, like it's super. Like it's on the other hand, though, especially when I was researching stuff out for those generic games that I was reviewing, still am reviewing. Geez, that's been a multi-year project. Um, I did find that there was a lot of how-tos available for other games. Just you had to. There was more searching involved for it. Destroyed small clusters. Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So commentary, including apps and third party, I've learned better through long running ones. Yeah. Speaking of apps, wow. So I loaded Cyberpunk. Red has an app for character creation and gameplay, and it is amazing. Like it took me 12 minutes to make a detailed character on it, and then I gave it to the missus to try out, and she's got like no idea about like Cyberpunk, doesn't really know about like any of that stuff. Completely new to the game, new to the mechanics, and she chose the quick and dirty option to make a character, and it took she had a nomad character made up in the space of like I think it took her like 8 minutes. I just don't want to piece together a fortress. Like, why is there not a destroyed fortress? Fort? Oh, there we go. Destroyed fortified buildings. There we are. Yeah, I'm 100% with there. Yeah, digital apps and tool sets are increasingly necessary now. Like, I think the bare minimum at least in like to my mind, is literally the like providing a full set of like digital sheets to use with a game. Um, like even if it's like PDF character sheets or something like that, like including that as an entire collection is like the lowest end. And yeah, that's actually my big frustration with Pathfinder is the UI for the character sheet. Um, like I love it. It's great. It has all the information, but it's too much when you look at it, and you don't. Yeah, the default one. Yes. It's just way too busy. There's too much stuff happening on it, and honestly, if yeah, so I'm going to put this up here. Show some ruined fortifications up here. Um, yeah, it's one of the things I really liked from back in the day. There we go. Oh, that's looking good. And as far as design went for games, was there was a habit to make a character making sheet and then like an actual play sheet. And I really think that Pathfinder Second Edition would benefit from that approach because, wow, it just there's just so much happening on that sheet, and most of it is stuff that you're not going to need. Influence really needs to. Yeah, they do. They do. So size 98. Size is this thing. Okay. Throw some stuff in here. So what I've got going on here is this is going to be the first sort of place where there's a bit of adventure to be had because there's some big tree stumps. Throwing in some tree stumps here. So there's lots of options because you've got an area that's obviously being logged. So that adds, why are monsters active in the area, all that sort of stuff. And then I've got some ruins up here. Some fortified ruins. And so what I'll do is I'll come back over here, select those two, Command C, Command V. This up here, and I believe this is going to be 7. Yep. There we go. Yeah, I hope they're going to hit the gas on things too. All right, so we've hit 90 minutes. Let's see what's happened today. I hit the save button because there's 293 changes. Yeah, I'm glad the page didn't crash either. Fit screen. All right. So what happened today over the last 90 minutes? A lot. Where to start with? We started out over here where where I d-squared those two fields and added the garbage dump for the village. So that deals with all of that. That is their sewage and um, waste and everything else all dealt with nice and neat through a little fence around it, and use some debris to sort of really make it show that there was something going on there. We added the archery, intense archery field. I refused to use that play on words that happened earlier. And a little boat area and some beach for the Adventurers Guild. Dropped an inn down here with the idea that we're spreading things out to, yeah, you. Um, with the idea that we're spreading things out so the players have more reason to travel through the village and possibly interact with things, making life easier as a GM. To rival the Adventurers Guild, we threw a Mage Guild up here, and they've got their own boats and little boat launch, so they're doing good. Then, yeah, got into landscaping, which turned out to be a bit more of a challenge than anticipated because I had reversed the hill that was here, and it was actually a pit, so I had to solve that problem. Pardon me. So yeah, that had to get solved. And then after that, we built this hill up here. So this hill, we've actually got tiers on it. So you can see this is a larger hill, sort of simulating contour lines as opposed to going for like a more natural slope, which is just fine. Like it's a level of gamification that I'm comfortable with on maps because it helps communicate information quickly to people who might not necessarily be familiar with contour lines and reading topographic maps. So got all those hills done, threw a lot more trees down, and got our first sort of little adventure location developing up here. So what'll happen is I'm going to add more trees and more stumps and stuff up here, and then start developing this as an area. So we've got some ruined fortifications there. You know, why are they there? How old are they? Who knows? I'll make that decision for Thursday. And got a few more houses outside the village here. So this is starting to look like a pretty healthy little village. You know, we've got the carpentry shop. We've got our blacksmith. Should probably label the blacksmith and the carpentry shop. We have our temple. And yeah, things are looking good. I'm really liking how it's developing, and we're definitely going to do some more, get some more forest going on, and a few other things. And what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks is we're going to see development of encounter areas and event areas and stuff like that, and also a gradual expansion of this map in other directions. Like we're going to add some stuff over here, expand out the lake a little bit more, and get some more stuff going on up here, and create like a nice living landscape where the players can continue to have all their adventures and do stuff. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Had some great conversation here today. It wasn't just me rambling on, which is always good. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. This is happening on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So yeah, if you could like and subscribe over on Twitch and YouTube especially, that'd be awesome. Facebook, I'm still feeling out how that whole system works, so we'll figure that out. And yeah, have a great day, and I will see you all on Thursday. Hopefully earlier, because hopefully the night will go smoother and the fire alarm won't start beeping in the middle of the night and wake everybody up, because that just did not need that last night. Ugh. Anyways, take care, everyone, and have a great day.